What's up, everyone? Today we are going to be talking about chess cheating. Now, the topic of chess cheating has circulated the chess world quite a bit. You know, if you don't know what's going on with Hans Niemann and Magnus Carlsen, then I think you should stay under the rock you're currently living in. That would probably be the best thing to do. But no, in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking a little bit about chess cheating. What is chess cheating? What's not chess cheating? And also, the reason you clicked on this video. Has yours truly ever cheated in chess? So without further ado, I'll see you on the other side. So what I wanted to start with is the dictionary definition of cheat. And there are a few, definitions and contexts, but one definition is act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage, especially in a game or an examination. So, you could cheat in like games, sports, exams, tests, whatever. Avoid something undesirably by luck or skill. Now that's a different context, but essentially, yes. So cheating is, a dishonest way to gain a competitive advantage that is not within the rules of chess. So let's go back to the board. So how do people cheat? Now, a very common way that people cheat, especially on chess.com, is you just have a phone. You can literally download Stockfish for free on your phone. And, when you play your game, whatever moves are played, by your opponent, you just put them on your phone. Then you put your own moves in. And then essentially, Stockfish just tells you all the moves. That's a common way that people use to cheat. There could be other ways, but I feel like that would be the most sensible. If you do aspire to cheat online, please don't do that. I'm not condoning that. So, there's that. Now, with all the speculation of Hans cheating or whatnot, who knows? I mean, there have been some crazy cheating incidents. I mean, literally, there's been grandmasters going into the bathroom and looking at their phone and putting the position in. There have been people with earpieces, something in their shoe or whatnot. There are all kinds of crazy over-the-board cheating incidents. And what I'm going to do is make my confession, which is that I did not purposefully do it, but I technically have cheated online before in the past. Now, let me show you how I did that. So here's what I did in the past. So on chess.com, there's an opening database called the Chess Opening Explorer. And it's supposed to be used for opening references. So, for example, if you're playing some e4, e5, I don't know, let's say King's Gambit, and then they take, you could see that the most common move in this position is g5, and maybe you see that white generally plays h4, but there's also bishop c4, and you can even see the win percentages. So you might be intrigued that this move d4 has a 49 win rate, whereas the other moves have less. So, it's mainly for reference and all that stuff. Now, at the time, I played a lot of daily games, and actually in daily games, you are allowed to use the Opening Explorer, which is a little bit odd, I guess, but also makes sense. I do think for improvement purposes, I still wouldn't do this just because I think it's important to figure everything out on your own. But anyway, what I would do in the past, and again, this is not knowing, so chess.com, please don't ban me. What I would do, now I'm going to demonstrate a little bit by let's start a custom game, and we're going to make it unrated, which is very important. Okay, there we go. We're going to make it unrated so I can demonstrate to you real quick what I did. All right, so it looks like we're settling for a 5-minute game since no one wanted to accept my other challenges. So I'll show you real quick what I would do. So, and again, I didn't really know any better, but what I would do if I faced an opening like this, I would put it in the Explorer, and then I would see, okay, knight f6 is the most common move, I'll play it. And then we'll see what he does. Okay, he played bishop f4. I played knight f6, bishop f4. So essentially I would just be inputting the moves in the Explorer, and then just kind of using that as a reference, which, is something I didn't really know better. Here the move is, it's loading. Maybe chess.com found out creepily that I was doing this, but you kind of get the idea. So I would put the moves in the Explorer, and again, I thought that was okay because I did that in daily games. I didn't realize that was illegal, or not illegal, but that was not allowed in on live chess. So I'm gonna finish this game real quick, and then I'll talk more about it afterwards. All right, I resigned that game. Just it is an unrated game, and although I did just want to make sure that like I wasn't banned for cheating or anything based off just giving you that example. But anyway, I'll see you on the other side. So that's my cheating confession story. I've technically done it. However, I didn't really know any better, and I actually made that realization when I was talking to my parents about cheating. They weren't accusing me or anything. We just had this talk in general, and my dad was telling me that actually that you're not allowed to do that, and that's when I was like, wait, I've been doing that. But ultimately, I would say what I did was not even that big of a deal because they were like common opening moves, and at some point the theory runs out. And what I will say is that I've never cheated the traditional way. I've never done it. I've never pulled up Stockfish and like used moves. My chess play is 100% clean. I have other sins. I have other temptations certainly, but like for whatever reason, chess cheating has never been one of them. Never. Maybe for like 1 second when I'm frustrated or whatever, I've thought about it, but I've never, I'm not here to like float my boat or anything. I'm just saying but I will say, I do know people who have cheated. I have friends who cheat. I've even had like potential over the board tournament opponents who were on the cheating spectrum. So I definitely understand it. I would say if you cheat and then get caught or whatever, just don't be too ashamed of yourself. I mean, we all make mistakes, and just like hopefully you'll get a second chance. Just don't do it over and over again like Hans.